Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's a picture-perfect Monday afternoon here in San Bernardino, and the stakes are sky high as Hawaii and Nevada square off with their seasons on the line. Day 3, a big one in the West region. Southern California already staving off elimination with a run-rule victory over Utah this morning. Westchester Delray awaiting the winner of this game between the team from Honolulu, Hawaii, and the team from Sutherland, Nevada. Both Summerlin and Honolulu looking for their first win here in this West region tournament. Hi everyone, welcome to Al Houghton Stadium alongside the All-American Megan Bunning. I'm Dorian Kraft. Elimination games always come with a little extra. There are heightened nerves. The moments seem much more magnified. So Megan, how do Hawaii and Nevada work through that so they can play their best?
I think it depends on what they put their focus on. You have two different things that they can focus. They can focus on their situation and take the mindset of trying not to lose, or they can put the focus on their mindset and take that really offensive mindset of I'm going to win.
Control the controllables. Nevada will have that opportunity first. They will come to bat in the top of the first inning. They were blanked in their opening game against Northern California. They lost it 9-0. Lobis, one of the few players that reached base multiple times in that game. Look for her to table set. And then Maddie Morgan in the 4 spot. She has been the primary run driver throughout the course of this season, but they will be going against a new pitcher in the circle for Hawaii. This is the first time we have seen her in this tournament. Keola Awang, Honolulu going to her with an opportunity to save their season.
And I'm really interested to see what Awang brings in the circle, because she has not seen much pitching time in this postseason, kind of through All-Stars, just because they've needed her in the field. So this will be a different look for Hawaii.
Hawaii had gone with Makaina Tanaka in their opening game against Arizona, which they lost 9-6. That was back on Saturday. They had to wait a day until playing today. Meanwhile, Nevada, they played yesterday, so didn't have as much time to turn around. There are some advantages and disadvantages to both as we get set for this elimination game here in the West Region Tournament. Here we go, first pitch. A called strike to Kelia Lobis. Lobis 1 for 2 against Northern California, had a single, a walk, 2 stolen bases. Swinging there as Awang quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Strike 3, that ball squirts away from the catcher, Lobis. On her way down to first, she will be safe on the drop, 3rd strike. And a great job of base running there.
Yeah, that was heads up. I mean, and that's another just fundamental, especially at this age, that you're trying to teach, is to pay attention on the 3rd strike and take off and go. And that's exactly why, because sometimes even though you strike out, you can still be safe.
Lobis showing off the wheels. That ball did not get very far away from Jalen Pang behind the plate, but Lobis still able to leg it out. And now stands on first, Alexis Capetta coming to the plate. Capetta puts the ball in play. Back to Awang, turns to second. Not in time. Everyone is safe. A great start here through the first 2 batters for Nevada.
Normally, I like the mindset of get the lead runner. And so as these athletes get more experience, they start to be able to assess speed of the ball, speed of the runners. And in that situation, that's a go to first all day long, just because the ball was slow and the runner was fast.
Summerlin South looking for their first win in the West region since 2021. As that ball skips away from Pang, everyone's going to move up 60 feet. And just like that, Nevada with runners in scoring position. Isabella Vu with an opportunity to drive in some early runs. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. Vu, her nickname is Peanut, with an opportunity to come up big here. 1-2 the count.
And you can see Hawaii putting Awang in the circle. All they're looking for is strikes. Be consistent, and that's what we've seen from her so far.
The 1-2. Low and in. Good job by Pang to keep that ball in front. And 2 on, no one out for Nevada here in the top of the first inning. Belted into left center field. That ball is going to get down. Lobis comes around to score. Here comes Capetta. No throw to the plate. No one over at first base. Vu will be on second. 2 runs are in. Nevada with an early 2-run lead.
And this was a nice piece of hitting by Vu. That ball is just up in the zone on the outside corner, and there was just defensive miscues. So no play at home. I'm not sure what Moramato was looking at. I'm not sure if she got the coach confused with the Navy jersey. I'm not sure.
The result is Vu all the way over to third base on the error, and still no one away here in the top of the first inning. Summerlin South, they won the West Region back in 2021. That was when the regions were still West A and West B before the creation of the Northwest Regional, also being played here in San Bernardino. As Maddie Morgan takes a ball on the inside corner, 2-0 to the number 4 hitter. Arguably the most personality in the tournament.
Yeah, her responses on the player questionnaire were just hilarious. It's almost like I could hear her in a voice I could just imagine was hers talking through her responses. She's got quite the personality.
2-1. Good eye keeps that ball up from Awong. 3-1 count. She was 0 for 2 against Northern California, a pair of strikeouts and a walk. The pitch stays low, so runners on the corners here for Summerlin. And I like that move by the first baseman for Hawaii. It is Elise Saito coming over to Awong. Just a little glove tap. Sometimes that's all you need. Settle in. There's a lot of nerves in this situation. We've seen that throughout the course of the tournament. And, of course, in an elimination game, as we just mentioned, you feel a little bit more. Bunt pulled back. Morgan on her way to second. Dive back in safely to third is Vu. I'm surprised Vu did not break for home on the throw. Typically, you run that bunt and pull back with the intention of drawing that throw to second, and that throw went fairly far through the infield.
And she may just have not gotten a good read on it. But, I mean, really, it was cut off pretty quickly, so it would have been a very close play. But, you know, at this age, you're also testing the arms of the defense, and so that's why you're seeing more aggressive base running.
Fouled down the third baseline by Zoe Lewis. Manager Erin Dozell says Lewis might be quiet, but she plays loud on the field as a leader. And that's what you want leaders to do with an opportunity to come through for your team in the big moments.
And Lewis has been dreaming of playing in the Little League World Series since she was 8. So she feels like she's living a dream right now. Nice play.
Caught on the line at third by Colone Vermenter. Doubled up the runner. Nothing much Vu could do. That was hit on a button. Fantastic defensive play.
Well, and what a wonderful job on the defense. It has a shaky start. This is what you're looking for. Pick the defense up. This can be a momentum shift for Hawaii. Now, all of a sudden, they just have one more to get.
If Hawaii can get out of this inning with limiting it to only 2 runs, that is a win. As a strike on the swing by Brooklyn Dozell. Maddie Morgan standing at second base, drew a walk. Foul tip. Morgan was on the move, 0-2.
So that probably indicates there was a hit and run. I love seeing athletes at this age working
why not?
plays. I know, right? This is where you work things out. I mean, yesterday, I believe it was, we saw a trick play on the throwdown.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nevada gets 2, but Hawaii coming up with some big defensive plays to limit the damage.
Yeah, and you can see Awong just staying consistent. Defense picked her up, pipes it right down the middle of the plate for caught looking.
Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Hawaii comes to bat in the home half of the first inning, carrying that defensive momentum to the plate. They will get things started with Mackenzie Morimoto, Jay Peng, the catcher, hitting in the 3 spot, and then the player who made that stellar defensive grab, Ane Kalone-Rementor, hitting in the 4 hole. And Megan, we have seen so many times, you and I have played that momentum. You make a big defensive play, it can lift your team offensively, and that is what Raylan Lingenfelter is going to be facing as she steps into the circle, only 11 years old, but getting the opportunity here.
And we really don't have much on Lingenfelter other than she's one of 4 pitchers on the staff, and we fully expect Nevada to work the staff as they need. But like you said, she's coming in as one of the 11-year-old in a big tournament here, so it'll be about how can we handle the pressure.
Manager Aaron Dalzell putting a lot of confidence in Lingenfelter, putting her out to start in this elimination game. The thing about he said about his staff, they all throw pretty much the same thing. They're going to be fast, change, and a drop, but he believes in location more than anything. First ball put in play by Morimoto, skips off of the glove of Lobis at second base. 1 pitch, 1 aboard. A leadoff single for Morimoto. What's at stake today? Basically playing for the rest of the season. Winner moves on to play Southern California, who already won today via a run rule victory over Utah. That was 15-5. The loser, the end of their road here in the Little League World Series. Of course, everyone trying to make the Little League World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. The championship game here in the West region will be on Friday. And currently in the West, it is Arizona and Northern California sitting in the driver's seat. They will play on Wednesday, as both are 2-0 in the region. Hayden Takamori standing in.
And what we saw at the top of the inning right there is Morimoto had used the, got a hit by pitch. So I'm going to come back to that, but you see Hawaii is using the momentum coming off of defense. They've got energy, and they are transferring that over into their offense and really putting it on Nevada. Now, what you saw previously was on the safety bag. Once a runner uses the safety bag to reach first and they are not advancing to second, they no longer can use the safety bag. And Morimoto was standing on the safety bag, so Nevada almost had her out.
It's a heads-up play. As that pulled to the right side, it's going to move the runners. The out is made. It operates as a sacrifice by Jalen Peng. 2 runners in scoring position now for Ane Kalone-Rementor. You and I have talked about that extensively over the course of this tournament. It's not small ball, still works just as well.
Absolutely. And I think it's important for, in this league and at this age, to teach that mentality as well. It may not be a home run or a blast out into the grass, but if it gets the job done, that's success, and we need to learn how to be okay with that.
Ane Kalone-Rementor, they call her Ani. Plays Little League because it's something she genuinely enjoys, and she's going to like that. That hits grass. 1 run is in. The runner running through the stop sign, play at the plate. Not in time. We are tied to a piece.
And just like that, Hawaii is right back in this game. They never left. They're answering, and that's something that we know about Hawaii. We were told this by their coaching staff, is that they are gritty. They have a no-quit mentality, and they will go toe-to-toe every inning.
They have come out swinging here in the bottom of the first inning. There was a stop sign being given to Takamori over at third. She ran right through it, never even hesitated.
Oopsie. She trusted her gut. That's what it was.
Only 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Bella Kodama. Favorite athlete, Jocelyn Allo. Number over to third base. It's going to be a tough play. Throw all across the diamond. Kodama beats it out. That was a tough ask of Dalzell. That ball crawling down the third base line.
There really wasn't much she could do with that.
It'll be an infield single for Kodama. The only thing that you can do as a third baseman is charge that ball as much as you can. It was a close play.
It was, and you have to give credit to Morgan over there. She stretched as far as she could go.
Kodama was on the move on the pitch. It was a foul ball to Emily Atong, the DP for this team from Honolulu. The 0-1, runner going, no throw. Kodama into second easily. And so once again, 2 runners now in scoring position for Hawaii. Lingenfelter comes set. Drilled right on the chalk line. Oh, it's going to be called a foul ball by third base umpire Sean Workman. Inches from blowing this bottom of the first inning open.
Yes, and this is why we are not umpires. Because, I mean, looking at where the ball makes contact, and I still couldn't see it on that play either, but again, doesn't really matter. I'm not the umpire.
Now, there's a reason why you and I are up here and not down there. Our umpiring crew also volunteers, as are so many people here in Little League. As Lingenfelter in the dirt, a good job by Vu to keep it in front. There's a lot of space behind the plate here at Al Houghton Stadium.
Yeah, and I do want to say about the umpires, it's not like they're just people off the street that are coming in to volunteer to call games. They are umpires. They call games, you know, as a career, or maybe they're retired at this point, so they have seen the games, they've had some training.
Swung on and missed. Lingenfelter stays outside, got the swinging strikeout, 2 away.
See, Lingenfelter just looks like she's throwing a little bit of a changeup also, just by the way that she's turning her hand over. Was consistent, finding the strike zone, going to it.
Went right back to the outside, got the call against Elise Saito. Saito 1 for 2 in the opening game against Arizona, did have a run scored. Both parents are physicians. That one stays outside, 1-1.
We talked about the memories that some of these athletes are making, and Saito had her first home run this winter. So it's really cool when you see, I hit my first home run, that's been the memory of this season. And you kind of take for granted, for as long as we've been in the game, you take for granted that that's a lasting, like that's a mile marker in their career.
2 on, 2 away, the 2-1. Drop ball low and out from Lingenfelter, 2-2. Big pitch coming here. Put in play over to the right side. Lobis can't dig it out. 2 runs come in. Hawaii putting on the pressure. Ball in play and aggressive base running. They've got a 4-2 lead.
Okay, but can we just talk again about the situational hitting clinic that Saito just put on? So she has runners in scoring position. She's down in the count. There is a pitch on the outside corner, and you can see she holds her hands back. She goes with the pitch to hit it opposite side of the field to give those runners an opportunity to score. And then Hawaii tests the runners, or excuse me, the defense arms by sending the runner home.
Foul down the right field line, or down the first base line, I should say, by Keola Along, an opportunity to help her cause. And man, has her team picked her up here in the bottom of the first. 4 runs in. Little flare down the line. It's going to be foul.
All right, dads, get your dad joke book ready. I have another one.
This is your favorite part of the tournament.
I love this. Okay, why did the picture go to jail?
I know this, so go ahead.
Because it was framed.
I don't.
I love it.
The 0-2 to Awang. Lifted high in the air to center field, but the catch is made by Capetta. Hawaii answers the call. They score 4 in the bottom of the first inning. 6 total runs through 1, but it's Honolulu with the lead. Summerlin South, just about 14 miles west of Las Vegas, considered part of the greater Las Vegas community, a population of over 660,000. No surprise, the entertainment capital of the world. It's produced a lot of fantastic athletes. Of course, Bryce Harper of MLB fame. And then for me personally, Andre Agassi. I loved Agassi as a kid growing up. The blonde mullet.
I was going to say it's a
cut
mullet.
off denim shorts. Oh, I know it's a mullet. Oh, it was fantastic. He was a fantastic tennis player. He's moved to pickleball recently. First pitch put in play over to Morimoto at shortstop. Going to eat it, and the first runner is on. It's Lingenfelter helping her own cause.
I'd say just as Hawaii responded in the bottom half of the first, Nevada's doing the same. I think this might be a good back and forth ball game.
You can see the communication from Hawaii. They're shifting the defense. Looks like moving a little bit towards the left side of the field for McKenna Capel. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Capel 1 for 3 against Northern California. She collects snow globes from all the places that she's visited. Tapped foul, 0-2. Hope she got a good one here in San Bernardino.
I know. I've always thought the snow globe connections, those are so pretty to go and look. But hey, if you're here, the hot thing to collect are pins. I'm telling you, blast from the past. We've been collecting pins for decades.
0-2 in the dirt. Lingenfelter scampers back to first. She's safe.
They even have a website, and it's not just softball athletes. Oh, no, no. The Little League baseball players are pretty hot into pin collections, too. Yeah.
Everything is old that's new again. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. A swinging strike for the first out of the inning.
Talked about Awang. Consistency was going to be the key. And she is. She's just finding her catcher's mitt, staying around the zone, mixing speeds a little bit.
The goal for all of the Honolulu pitchers, 60% strikes as that one hit on the nose, but right at second base. Double play! Hawaii, the second double play they've turned in as many innings. The gloves have come all the way from Honolulu. They head to bat in the home half of the second inning. The defense has been stellar so far. Well, welcome back to San Bernardino and the West Region Tournament. Honolulu means sheltered harbor or calm port in the native Hawaiian language. There's a population of over 350,000. Honolulu, the hometown of Barack Obama, Jason Momoa, and Nicole Kidman, who you and I were both surprised to discover were from Honolulu. I've always thought that she was Australian.
I did too.
By birth, but this is why you tune in, right? You watch the softball, and then you learn things.
It makes me wonder where her accent comes from.
Listen, that is another conversation for another day. Kabay, Neal, and Tanaka due up here in the bottom of the second inning.
All right, Dad's got another one. Compliments of Chloe Kabay. Does it take longer to run from first to second base or from second to third?
Called strike. What's the answer?
From second to third because there's a shortstop in the middle.
That's a good one.
That is good.
I'm over here thinking it doesn't matter. I'm slow to both. Swinging the ball up in the zone as Lingenfelter comes back to even the count at 2-2. Kabay's favorite Gatorade flavor, Glacier Freeze, as she taps that one foul back towards the backstop. It's no surprise she wants to be a dermatologist. Her hobbies are her skincare routine.
I noticed that. She prioritizes her skincare routine.
Listen, get started early, girl. I did not start mine until my 30s, so she is way ahead.
She is.
2-2. Swung on and missed, but it gets past the catcher. Hustling to first is Kabay. She is on the strikeout with a pass ball. Similar to how the game started for Nevada. Ball just scooting underneath the glove of Vu behind the plate. Kamaile Neal coming to the bat. One of the younger players on this team who manager David Eldridge says just continues to surprise us with her results. Oh for 2 in the opener against Arizona on Saturday. Skips away from Vu. Kabay on the move. She's into second, makes the turn, decides to go back to second base.
Looks like Vu is just struggling with those pitches down in the zone. And that's going to be tough. I mean, especially if you're not used to seeing them that low, learning how to turn your glove over. Sometimes you got to drop to your knees, do whatever it takes to keep it in front.
Pulled to the right side of the field, a foot race to the bag. Morgan is there, but it advances Kabay to third. Good job by Morgan, though, over at first to make sure of the out. That's a difficult play that she made look fairly routine.
When in doubt, we're always just fundamentally trying to get the sure out at first. Sometimes you don't even have a chance. You don't have time to look at the lead runner.
Makaena Tanaka standing in. She got the start and ultimately was tagged with the loss against Arizona on Saturday. Another one of the younger players for this Honolulu Little League team. And we saw some flashes of their offensive ability in the late innings against Arizona. They put together a top of the 6th rally, but this is a team that scored 45 runs through 2 games in their state tournament. It stays outside 2-1.
So you know the offensive power is there, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of it. I think it's just about tightening up on the defense, you know, as that goes. But again, I'll say it over and over, this team fights. Hawaii fights. We saw them fight against Arizona when they were down. They almost came back and took that game, actually. They never quit.
Scored 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning after leading the 6th, trailing 9-2. Tanaka swings through the pitch. Full count. The payoff. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Lingenfelter. 2 away in the inning.
What a great response by Lingenfelter coming back after the previous situation, high inside, locks in, gets her own strikeout.
Turns the lineup over for Mackenzie Morimoto, who singled and scored in the bottom of the first. All inside, just able to scoot out of the way.
I like Morimoto as their leadoff hitter. She has this spunk that I like to see, not as a pitcher, but as a coach.
Tapped off the end of the bat, foul, 1-1. I was going to say swag. You can just see it in her presence at the plate. She really made Kenzie Scott work, who has been one of the better pitchers in this West Region tournament. I am very much looking forward to that matchup between Claire Dudek and Kenzie Scott on Wednesday. You have to imagine the two aces are going to go head-to-head. Ooh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, you've got some really great games in this series.
That one stays high, 2-1.
All right, so we've had an assist with Nicole Kidman's situation. So she was born in Honolulu while her Australian parents were in Hawaii on student visas. Her dad was a graduate student at the University of Hawaii.
And while you were giving us the breakdown on Nicole Kidman, Morimoto saying that it hit her in the helmet. Home plate umpire Parker Shibuya indicating that he wants Morimoto to stay in the box. It was close in terms of it came off the bat or the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, that was right at her.
Typically, they'd make two different sounds.
They do, and I'm wondering, too, there wasn't really a deflection of the ball. I mean, it deflected when it hit the catcher, but you would think if it hit the helmet, you would have seen some sort of movement on the ball, but maybe not. Looks like they're going to review it.
Yeah, this is the call on the field. So a Hawaii challenge. Take another look. So it appears the question is whether or not the ricochet came off of the helmet or the glove, and in what order. And that's what they're going back to review. So this is a challengeable call. It's being challenged by Hawaii. Each team limited to 2 unsuccessful challenges. And you can see it tip off the glove of Vu afterwards. I put you on the spot a couple times throughout the course of the tournament. Megan, what do you think?
I don't know. The reaction of Vu and just how she was not able to track the ball into her glove makes me wonder if it maybe did clip the helmet a little bit, just enough to throw her off. But, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm just going to say that's why I'm not in blue. Not my job.
Umpires have been working hard out there on the field throughout the course of this tournament here in San Bernardino. Our home plate umpire today, Parker Shibuya. Over at first, it's Len Gherkin. David Burt is at second base, and Sean Workman over at third. Here's another look.
Maybe it did. It almost looked like the path of the ball right there. See how it ricocheted? Maybe it did hit her.
See, to me from that angle, it actually looks like it catches the corner of the glove instead of the helmet.
See, to me, it looks like it hits the top of the helmet.
And we have the benefit of slow-mo, frame by frame. We've, when it's in real time, that's so difficult to make a decision. So they want to make sure that they get this call right, as they should.
And they want to.
Yes.
Especially in Little League. I can tell you that every person that is volunteering in this league is here for the athletes, including the coaches, including the people, I call it the snack department, but the snack shop down there on the concourse, all of them are here for these athletes and to make it a positive, just encouraging, supportive environment.
Coaching staff for Hawaii talking through the situation. That's coach, or manager, I should say, David Eldridge there in the middle. So they did determine it is a hit by pitch. Morimoto will head on down to first.
And Morimoto's like, I told them.
When I played way before the era of video replay, our coach would always want us to sell it. Called it Oscar-winning performance.
Yes. And as a pitcher, if you did that the very next time
you're going to hit me.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very clear.
Yes, Well, I played against plenty of pitchers like you, as Summerlin South taking a moment here to regroup as Hawaii has runners on first and third, 2 out. Conversation.
I think this is just a regroup. There was a stop in the game.
And you can see Aaron Dawzell there with the hands. That is the international coach's signal for let's remain calm. Remember the situation. There are 2 outs. Make the easiest play, whether or not that's stepping on the bag at second base or going over to first. Just remember, 2 outs. Get the out. Let's get out of the inning.
Right, reminding them how many outs there are and where the runners are at this point and what they want to do. Absolutely.
Hayden Takamura was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Ended up coming around to score. Throw down to third base. Just to keep the runner honest. That's Kabe over at third, who reached on a pass ball on a drop third strike. The 1-0. Good job by Vu there behind the plate on the short hop. The count 2-0. Takamori 1 for 3 against Arizona. Had a run scored.
Hey, Dorian, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Daisy.
Daisy who?
Daisy me rolling.
That's a good one.
That's Takamori's contribution.
The 3-0 as Takamori takes a 4-pitch walk to load the bases. And this is the danger part of the order for Hawaii. You have Pang coming up, bases loaded, and then Colone Rementor should this inning continue. It is worth noting that Hawaii is playing without some of their primary players in their lineup. Their 2 and 4 hitters not here due to conflicts with their travel team. So Pang, one of the players that's really been counted on to step up in the middle of the lineup. Favorite athlete is Shohei Ohtani, and certainly would love to emulate Ohtani here. 1-0. Chopped back up the middle. That's going to get through. 1 run is in. The second will come around. Morimoto scores easily. 2 more on the 2-out, 2 RBI single by Jalen Pang.
We've seen a shift in momentum. Nevada came out hot, and Hawaii is just battling back. That's a pitch on the outside corner that Pang is able to pull up the middle, and Hawaii on the aggressive base running, testing the arms of the defense again.
Well, that was something that we knew Hawaii would do coming in. They had 20 stolen bases in addition to the 45 runs they scored through 2 games. Stole 20 bases. They love to apply pressure to the opposing catcher, whether or not it's stealing bases or running on the base pass, and it's paid dividends so far here through the first 2 innings.
Anytime that you are putting pressure on the defense by aggressive base running, you are speeding up the decision-making process for that defender, and that especially at this age.
Colone Rementor puts it in play, little bobble it short, everybody's safe. In another situation there, we have seen several times the runner crossing in front just did enough to distract Lewis and allowed Colone Rementor to reach on the error.
And you and I talked a little bit yesterday about how at this age, they're not going to be prepared to run into the base runner. And that's something that's advanced when they get to college or, as they get older and travel ball that they can learn.
First pitch ball, as Hawaii batters have now gotten ahead on a 1-0 count in 7 of 8. So being very patient here at the plate as Kadama already with a single and a run. Lifted into shallow right center field. Drifting set. What a catch, Lobis. Holding on to get out of the inning, but Hawaii plates 2 more through 2 full in San Bernardino. Honolulu leading 6-2.
you have anything on that? On which? Yeah. So remember, the ball between you and the
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Elimination game here in this West region between Nevada and Hawaii. The team from Honolulu leading 6-2. We knew about the offense, but do not sleep on their defense.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about the offense, but look here. Hawaii knows how to play defense, too. They've already turned 2 double plays, and they couldn't be more textbook than this.
I mean, that is a perfect 4-6-3 double play. The pros don't do it any better.
They made that look extremely easy. Nice and smooth timing. Tell they've been working together.
I mean, turning a double play defensively, I think it's one of the most exciting things that you can do in the field. You've got your diving catches. Obviously, as a batter, you love to hit home runs, but especially at this age, when you were able to turn a double play like that, it seems routine, but it just gets you going.
It does, and as a pitcher, that pumps you up even more, and it helps you because you're 2 for 1 there. But don't forget about the timing that's necessary in the application.
Top of the order for Nevada. They are going with the old school 9. Only 9 players available for Summerlin South. Ball outside, 2-0 to the leadoff hitter, Kalia Lobis. Lobis reached on a strikeout, dropped third strike, pass ball, ended up coming around to score. Takes a called strike there. Lobis has a potbelly pig named Puya.
Pua.
There you go.
From Moana.
I can read my own phonetic writing. It's okay.
Well, I have children that watch all the Disney movies, so.
It's a good name for a potbelly pig.
He's cute. Pua's cute, too, on the movie.
Shows you how much I know. I was about to say something about Stitch. Not the same movie.
No.
Not even close. The 2-2. Stays low and out. Count now full.
Yeah, Stitch is a little bizarre to me. Blue alien dog thing. I'm not sure.
He looks like my French bulldog, so. The payoff. Over to third. Colone Rementer collects it. Strong throw over to first. 5-3 for the first out of the inning. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. While you're searching, you might just find a TikTok that the broadcasting crew here in San Bernardino posted earlier today. We wanted to be like the kids. Everyone has said how much they enjoy making TikToks. We thought we'd get in on the fun.
Because we're cool, we're hip.
Are you quoting 10 Things I Hate About You?
I don't know.
The 1-0. Pulled down the third baseline, just foul off of the bat of Alexis Capetta. Capetta reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first inning. Capetta has a very specific superstition. She listens to Pink Pony Club, and she makes her parents park in the same parking spots if they continue to win.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts about superstitions. When we get more time, we'll talk about those.
The pitch. Swung on and missed. Fourth strikeout of the day for Awong, 2 away.
See, Awong, again, is just being consistent. Look, she's on the corner, hitting her spot. That's all they want her to do. She's worked really hard in this, last season or so to become more consistent, and I think you're seeing it pay off.
Vu singled in the first inning. She was part of that double play that Colone Rementer started down at third base, where she caught the line drive, stepped on the bag. That really the turning point in the top of the first inning. It looked like Nevada was poised to blow it open. But instead, Hawaii able to get out of the inning, only gave up those 2 runs. Those are the only runs that Nevada has scored thus far. Off the handle, 0-2.
See, Boo is really challenging Awong on that inside corner. She's got her toes right up on the chalk.
Boo's favorite food, mac and cheese.
I was impressed with what she says she wants to be, a doctor, but here's why. So she can help people feel better, but make a difference in their lives. That's big.
That is big. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Awong to close the inning. Hawaii still cruising up 6-2. Want to see some girls with game? Tune in to yet another exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. Well, there's no doubt about it. These girls in the West and Northwest region here in San Bernardino have got some serious game, and that has been on display here in this elimination contest between Nevada and Hawaii, as the team from Honolulu Little League comes to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, leading 6-2. They scored 4 in the first, 2 more in the second. Saito, Awong due up here in the home half of the 3rd. In play over to short, Lewis to first in time, 1 pitch, 1 out. Honolulu making their 2nd consecutive appearance here in the West Region tournament. Only team from Hawaii to win the West Region was back in 2019. Chop to second, Lobis to the knees. Strong throw to first, 4-3. Winner of this game advances to meet Southern California in what will be another elimination game. This is the elimination bracket, both Nevada and Hawaii losing their first games here in the West Region. Loser of this game, their time in San Bernardino is done. And the regionals all culminating in the Little League World Series to be played in Greenville, North Carolina at the beginning of next month. That is the ultimate goal. Dream vacation for Awong. Paris in the winter. I definitely agree, as that's chopped foul down the 3rd baseline. It's a solid choice. I've been impressed with a lot of the dream destinations. I've seen Fiji, I've seen Greece, a lot of France has popped in there, Japan.
I've seen Oklahoma, North Carolina.
I've seen a lot of North Carolina too, and I know what they're getting at. Everyone wants to be in North Carolina in August. It's the most beautiful time of the year.
Because they want to be
exactly.
And I'm assuming Oklahoma is for the World Series, College World Series.
A fantastic destination there for the Women's College World Series. Keeps drawing record crowds. Fouled back into the stands. You want to talk about going to see the Women's College World Series. Another player whose favorite player is Jocelyn Allo. She's put on a show a couple of times during her time at Oklahoma, as that's fouled back. Of course, Oklahoma City will also be the home for Olympic softball in 2028. Yes, Los Angeles is hosting the 2028 games, but they are going to play softball in Oklahoma City. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
And I don't think that, you know, when we talk about Olympics coming back, Olympic softball coming back to the States, there has been a tremendous amount of hard work behind the scenes to make that happen.
The 2-2. Lined. Lobis snags it out of the air. She has ended the inning once again with a great defensive play. 3 up, 3 down for Hawaii in the bottom of the third. Awan getting the opportunity in the circle today. Didn't pitch at all through the state tournament, but she's dealing so far.
And she's just being consistent like we were told she would be. Look at her working the corner. She's mixing speeds.
And then showing off the dance moves as well. When you're pitching this well, you can show it off a little bit. I like it.
I think so.
I love it. I love the attitude that players are allowed to show these days.
I think it's an old school mentality to say don't show emotion. Now, you want to keep it appropriate, but when you think about the mental game, then being able to express those emotions, get into the game, it makes it fun, but that's what emotions are for. So let that excitement build you up, get you prepared to get focused into the next pitch. When it becomes distracting, that's when you know you have an issue and you want to dial it back some.
Defensive changes for Hawaii here in the top of the fourth inning. Emilia Tong into left field for Chloe Cabay. Due up for Nevada here in the top of the fourth inning, Morgan Lewis Dalzell. First pitch strike to Morgan as it's fouled away. Oh. Amongst all the other things that Maddie Morgan does, she makes a bussin' mac and cheese.
Her special talent is cooking, and that's what she cooks.
My personal favorite, and I know the viewers who have been following this team have been treated to the Maddie Morgan quotes already, but she said her dream job is to be a billionaire, of course. And she would do it being a CEO of a company that makes cupcakes or pizza, so she could taste test. Is that one in and out of the glove of Morimoto at short? She also wanted to put herself in the commercials.
Because she can.
Exactly.
That's what she said.
Yep. I can't think of any food that I make that I would describe as a bussin'. In fairness, though, I only make things in a crock pot, so Maddie Morgan already well ahead of where I am. She reaches on the error. It's the first time since the first inning that Nevada has gotten the leadoff runner on. It brings Zoe Lewis to the plate, who lined out to third base. Part of that double play turned by Colone Rementer. Pulls it down the third base line again for the first strike. Lewis says she looks up to her mom. Jasmine calls her the boss lady, as that's tapped back foul. Mom Jasmine, a nurse practitioner. Dad Brandon, the chief deputy district attorney in the county.
Sounds like some people you want to keep in your back pocket, doesn't it?
It does. Lewis also has been very involved in community outreach in the Summerlin and Las Vegas areas. The 0-2 stays alive.
I'm digging her favorite athlete, Asia Wilson, hails from my alma mater where I played ball. Of course, she came well after me, but Asia
South
had
Carolina.
a statue.
South Carolina and Don Staley have turned out some really solid players down there at South Carolina. Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
How long just staying in her zone, didn't let the previous error get to her. That's what you're looking for a pitcher. It's not if a mistake's going to happen, it's when, and then how do you come back.
Brooklyn Dozell also retired via the strikeout, looking at her first at bat. That gets to the backstop. Morgan headed for third. Under the tag. An aggressive base running by Maddie Morgan. Nearly broke the golden rule. You never make, well, it's only one out. You never want to make it out at third base if you can help it. Got a great jump on this.
Yeah, she had her head down. She must have been given the sign to steal because she didn't even look.
It was a good throw by Pang over to third. Just Morgan, a really solid slide underneath the tag. 2-0 the count to Dozell. Dozell was 0 for 3 against Northern California. I want to go to Dalzell's house if she ever wins the lottery. Says she wants to buy a house with a backyard big enough for a soccer field, a batting cage, a pool, and a wiffle ball field.
A lot of these athletes have said they like to play wiffle ball as a hobby or just something else fun to do.
Why not? Over top of that pitch, 3-2.
It's wiffle ball or crochet.
Those two seem to be the options. One away, runner on third for Nevada. The 3-2 stays outside. Dalzell draws the walk, so now runners on the corners. Nevada threatening here in the top of the fourth inning. They plated 2 in the top of the first to jump on Hawaii. Honolulu made a stellar defensive double play in the first to get out of the inning, and they countered with 4 runs of their own. Scored 2 more in the bottom of the second. That's how we got here in the top of the fourth. 6-2 in this elimination game. First pitch swinging back up the middle. It squeaks through. Morgan able to score. How big is that first to third that allowed Morgan to come in?
I mean, that's huge. And what you're seeing is Nevada is making an adjustment. Batters, the last, 4, 5, 6, and that was 7 in the lineup. This is their second time seeing Awang, and they're making some adjustments that they didn't make in the first inning, first time through.
What's the biggest adjustment that you've seen from Nevada in the box?
I think they're being a little bit more aggressive early in the count, and they're making Awang throw. Like, she's been really consistent around that strike zone, but I also think they're being a little patient as well. So aggressive early, but they're recognizing the pitch also, not swinging it too many mistakes.
That was Raylan Lingenfelter helping her own cause, bringing in the RBI. So 2 on, 1 away for McKenna Capel. Hawaii brought The infield in to reset. Ball skips in the dirt and skips away. Both runners moving up 60 feet. Capel has already hit a inside the park home run this year. Doesn't need that here. A base hit will do for Nevada as that's fouled off the fist. 1-1. I knew you would love this. We love old school. Favorite movies, Footloose.
Oh, yes. Say less. That is a wonderful selection. Listen to the soundtrack. I think they're coming out with a new one, actually.
Nope, it's a classic. Again, fouled towards the first base side, 1-2.
Footloose was my first soundtrack. I had a little leotard, and I would be dancing to that tape in my room by myself when I was 8.
You know there's a 2011 version of Footloose as well, in addition to the original. Can't beat Kevin Bacon. The 1-2. On the inside corner, just missed.
Nice location.
See, if you could have told us about Footloose, we could have gotten you to do that TikTok dance.
Oh, no.
Missed the opportunity. And a big opportunity here for Summerlin South. Full count as Capel lets that go.
I like this fight that we're seeing from Nevada.
Infield drawn in on the right side. The payoff. Up and out. And Capel doesn't realize it's ball 4. There she goes. So back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. Or excuse me, a single and a walk. There was a walk before Lingenfelter singled up the middle of the field. The one thing this does do, however, is it does set up a force at home. So the infield in now inside the base pass all the way around. Grace Phillips grounded out to short in her first at bat. On the ground at third. Colonia Rementer to home. Throw is high. Breaking for home. The run is in. That's Lingenfelter sliding in. So on the play, 2 runs come in to score. The initial throw from Colonia Rementer was high. It pulled Pang off of the plate. That allowed Dazelle to score. And then Lingenfelter made a big turn. She induced the throw behind her at third base, broke for home.
And Hawaii's taking a much-needed timeout. I see Wong holding the ball out. Not sure if there's going to be a change. I think there is. Pitching change.
It does appear that we will have a pitching change coming up for Hawaii as Nevada has pulled within 1. We will step away and introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back here in San Bernardino, Nevada, threatening in the top of the 4th. Welcome back to San Bernardino. Nevada has scored 3 runs here in the top of the 4th inning to chase Awang. Chloe Cabay in relief, trying to get out of the 4th inning, keeping Hawaii's lead intact. It is down to 1. And Chloe Cabay, she is one of the pitchers in this 5-pitcher rotation. She threw 3 innings in the state tournament, gave up 3 runs, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. And she is tasked with a tough moment here in Nevada. 1 away, runners on first and second.
So with Cabay, inconsistency can be an issue. So this is going to be a tough situation for her. But let's talk about how Hawaii got themselves into this defensive situation. They started the inning with an error. Then they came back with a strikeout. They had a pass ball, which led to a walk. 1 run scored on a hit. They had another pass ball that led to a walk, and then the fielder's choice. So there's just been multiple errors and miscues that have been stacking up, and they've yet been able to plug.
So Raylan Lingenfelter did score on obstruction. That was at the plate after she induced the throw behind her, broke for home. Cabay will be facing the top of the order in Lobis. Takes the first pitch, ball low. Lobis 0 for 2 today. Struck out but reached on a pass ball, grounded out to third. Loves to eat pasta and carbo load for situations just like this. Manager Aaron Dawzell says Lobis is driven and determined to be the best on the field, so get out of the way when you see her. Right on it, but fouled into the screen. Maddie Morgan reached on an error, went first to third on a wild pitch, ended up scoring. That's what started the inning for Nevada, as Lobis takes a ball low. The 2-1. Going to get through the left side, through the 5-6 hole. Everyone goes station to station. Nevada will not test the arm of Tong out in left field. Bases loaded for Capetta.
Well, Tong was pulled in, so that technically would have been a pretty straight, easy shot for her. So good decision on the base running to hold up. And how about Lobis coming up? I mean, she's typically the leadoff hitter, so she's the table setter. But in that situation, it puts her in a different position mentally.
It can be a difficult adjustment for players that are used to hitting with nobody on, as Capetta takes a first pitch ball low and out. Capetta reached in the first, came around to score, struck out in the third. She wants to be a marine biologist or set broken bones. Takes a big hack there, 1-1. The pitch. Good one from Cabay, 1-2.
And this is what Hawaii needs from Cabay. They just need her to hit the target, throw strikes, let the defense work.
The 1-2. Lifted. Infield's drawn in. This could be trouble. Center fielder has it. Kadama came in to make the catch.
That was a good call. Center field needed to take that ball because shortstop was pulled too far over to make it there. It was a much easier play for the center fielder.
We've seen that area of the field give teams trouble at times. Something to pay attention to in right field. Makaina Tanaka started out in right. She's been pulled off of the field with this pitching switch. She is the primary pitcher for this team from Honolulu. It would not surprise me if we see her moving forward. Right now, Chloe Cabay trying to limit the damage. 2 outs, bases loaded for Isabella Vu. Lined out and struck out. Foul tip into the glove. Just got a piece of that, much to the chagrin of Summerlin South. In an 0-2 count. They call Vu small but mighty. The 0-2. Taken low and out. And typically you see catchers have a very defined knowledge of the strike zone. It's difficult to get them to expand.
Yeah, it's hard pitching to a catcher.
1-2, off speed, Kamei pulls the trigger, works out of a huge jam to keep Nevada at bay. Summerlin South scores 3, but Hawaii still on top by 1. Welcome back to San Bernardino. Here's what's at stake in the West region. This elimination game between Nevada and Hawaii. Winner moving on and staying alive to take on Southern California. That game will be coming up tomorrow. Then on Wednesday in the winner's bracket, Northern California, the team from Live Oaks Little League. They have been absolutely slugging out here. They will be taking on Arizona. Both of those teams undefeated. And with as much offense as we've seen from both of those sides, I actually think that one's going to be a pitcher's duel. Well, Chloe Cabay, first pitch swinging. Cabay coming on in relief in the top of the 4th inning, working out of a jam and looking much like her favorite player, Shohei Ohtani, who by chance is the starting pitcher tonight, just about 55 miles away as the Dodgers host the Minnesota Twins. Lingenfelter back in the circle for Summerlin South. The 0-2 fouled away.
Cabay had a big out in that last inning, so she's looking to carry over that momentum.
That's exactly what we saw from Hawaii in the first inning. It was the double play that Kaloni Rementer started, actually did herself. She caught the line drive, stepped on third. Hawaii able to get out of that inning. Then scored 4 runs in the home half of the first, excuse me. 4 in the first, 2 in the second. Nevada answering with 3 in the top of the 4th inning to cut the deficit to 1. Sent into the air into right field. Catch is made by Phillips. Phillips, loving Little League, enjoys growing and developing a connection with her teammates. Looking solid out there. 5 straight retired now for Raylan Lingenfelter.
Well, and just like Hawaii's trying to carry the momentum, so is Nevada. They had a big scoring inning.
Off the end of the bat of Kamaile Neal, who grounded out to Maddie Morgan in the second. And that's the thing that you want if you're a team that just scored runs. The best thing that you can do, have a quick defensive inning, get back in the dugout, try to carry over that momentum that you found. Skips in the dirt. Put into the play, chopper to third, over to first, in time. And I gotta tell you, as a former third baseman myself, that is a stellar play over there by Dalzell. Made it look easy.
And that's a tough play to make. Just with how how the ball came, she beat that right into the ground. That ball really could do anything. She did a nice job.
First pitch strike to Maka Anna Tanaka. And the thing that I love from Dalzell there is we saw early on in the game, she got a slow roller, didn't charge it enough, did not get the out at first. It was an infield single, and that ball, as you pointed out, absolutely beat into the ground. No hesitation from Dalzell, came forward, made the out. 1-1 to Tanaka. Tanaka, another one of the players here in this West region that loves to crochet in her spare time. Swings through that on the outside corner.
Which I love as a hobby. There's so many of these ladies that is their hobby.
I think it helps like the hand-eye coordination with how you have to watch the needle. 2-2. Stays outside, 3-2. Vu doing her best to frame it. Just a little too far off the plate. The payoff. Swung on and missed. 6 straight retired by Raylan Lingenfelter and Nevada. They get back into the dugout, trailing by 1. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's a one-run game in this winner-take-all battle between Nevada and Hawaii. The team from Summerlin South scoring 3 in the top of the 4th inning to draw it within 1. And trying to make a comeback and keep their season alive against Hawaii and the team from Honolulu. Chloe Cabay came on in relief in the top of the 4th inning. She is back out in the circle to face Maddie Morgan after Nevada batted around in the top of the 4th. First pitch. Yes, she offered.
And Maddie Morgan has she's the 4 hitter, but she has found a way both at bats to get on. She got on her first time by walking and then forced an error.
Big cut there from Morgan. Behind in the count, 0-2. No surprise from a 4-hitter. Favorite meme is back at home, they call me Big Al when I hit dingers. So that one stays well wide.
You want to ask her about what she does with basketball? She prides herself because she's the bench.
I saw that, but she treats it like it's the NBA Finals when she gets in for 2 minutes. That's the important part, throwing them up like Steph Curry. 1-2, swung on and missed on the outside corner. Morgan retired via the strikeout.
I'm really liking what we're seeing from Chloe Cabay. She came in such a tight situation, and look, this is Nevada's 4-hitter. Cabay's going right at her.
No fear by Chloe Cabay. First pitch ball. Keola Awang did end up making that move into right field after Cabay was brought in. Makaina Tanaka not on the field at the moment. She took the loss, did Tanaka, for Hawaii in that opener against Arizona. The 1-1 popped. Nearly made the diving grab, did Kadama. What an effort out in center field.
Yeah, Kadama, she made it. I am okay with her diving for that. That was a short fly ball. It didn't have a lot of velocity, and you saw the right fielder coming over to back her up. So even though it got by her, there was someone there that could help. If it had had more velocity on that, absolutely not.
It didn't really have an option. You're right. That ball, slow moving. It died pretty quickly. And in this winner-take-all game, you're leaving everything out on the field.
Absolutely. That means diving. I think Hawaii would do that anyway.
They are a scrappy bunch. David Eldridge saying he knew this team had the opportunity as that ball lifted down the right field line, but foul. That could have been trouble, but David Eldridge saying that he knew this team had a chance in the regional. They got up big in their first state game against Gold Coast, let that lead slip away, and then he said they just turned the dial up a notch, and that response to adversity, that's when I knew there was something special, and that's what we've seen from them today.
We have. We saw it in the first game as well.
1-1 in the dirt. Scampering back to first is Lewis Pang, keeping that ball in front. So 2-1 to Dalzell. Dalzell struck out and walked. Fouls that one back to the backstop, 2-2. Dalzell, the daughter of manager Aaron Dalzell, said she's our firecracker. There is never a dull moment with her and her feisty attitude. The 2-2. Just missed off the outside corner.
For Dalzell, she said what really got her going was a pep talk that stood out to her right before states. It was, why not us? And I love that mentality, because we often say, well, what if they win, or we can't do it? What if you do? What if you succeed?
The payoff. Dalzell stays alive. And that's the beautiful thing about softball. I heard our colleagues, Troy Clarity and Faith Kane, talking about it this morning when they were calling the Alaska game against Colorado. Alaska losing 19-0 in their opener. But that's the beautiful thing about softball. It's a new day. It's a new game. Anything can happen. As that stays wide. Single followed by a walk. 2 runners on here for Nevada in the top of the 5th inning. It brings to the plate Lingenfelter, who singled and scored on obstruction, or was safe, I should say, on obstruction at the plate in the 4th inning. Time getting short for Nevada. They play 6 in Little League, so down to their final 5 outs, since there's one away already here in the 5th. Put in play to the right side, only plays to first, but it moves the runners into scoring position. So Lingenfelter doing what she could, and it brings in McKenna Capel, who walked in her last at bat, struck out in her first. Has to do her hair the same way in every game. If she's playing well, takes the first pitch ball. And the other thing, if you're Nevada here, you'd love to have a hit at scores too. But with the size of the backstop, if anything scoots away, you're trying to take that extra base.
which again puts pressure on the defense. Let's talk about these superstitions real quick. Please.
I'll let you talk about it when there's not 2 outs.
Okay.
The 1-0 stays outside 2-0.
There is important information that you all need to know about these superstitions.
Pell ahead in the count, hitter's count, shows bunt to the backstop. Oh, and they wanted her to go. You could tell by the reaction of Dalzell down there at third base. That was not a foul tip. So that ball was an opportunity for Lewis to come home to tie the game. Shows bunt, pulls back. Said she offered. Two on, 2 out. Big moment. Line down the first base line, foul, so the count full. And right now, if you're Capella, you're battling.
Yes, anything close. I'm not changing how I'm swinging, though. I'm just keeping my same rhythm. I'm just swinging at anything close. My strike zone expands.
The payoff pitch. Fouled away again.
The reason I say that is because we're trying to get away from that just protect. Well, when I have the mindset of protect the plate, I tend to tighten up. I shorten my swing, and it messes everything up for me, or it can. So just get in there and swing normal. Just expand your strike zone.
We'll do the 3-2 again. It's in the dirt. Bases loaded. Following the walk. Bottom of the order for Nevada. Grace Phillips grounded out to short, reached on a fielder's choice, and it looks like Maka-Ina Tanaka is making her way into the circle. David Eldridge asking for the ball from Chloe Cabay. Big moments here between Nevada and Hawaii. Maka Tanaka, the ace for this team from Honolulu. One of the youngest players on this team will be tasked with showing up in the biggest moment. We're going to take a quick break. We will introduce you to Tanaka when we come back, trying to get out of a bases loaded 2-out situation. Welcome back. Maka-Ina Tanaka in the circle for Hawaii. She took the loss in the opening game against Arizona. Went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs. 4 of them were earned. But she is the ace for this Honolulu Little League team, and arguably the biggest moment of her season. Bases loaded in the top of the 5th inning. Hawaii leading by 1. There are 2 outs, and Grace Phillips standing in the tying run on 3rd, the go-ahead on 2nd. Phillips is grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch from Tanaka.
for Hawaii, putting Maka back in. This is their pitcher that is the most consistent. She knows how to locate her pitches. She knows how to throw strikes, and that's what you need in a situation like this.
The 1-0. Swung on and missed by Phillips. That was a healthy cut.
Well, and this is going to be a change in timing for Nevada as well. Maka has a little bit slower velocity, and she mixes speeds.
1-1. Put in play on the ground. It's off the glove of Morimoto. Runner being waved around. In safely ahead of the throw. 2 runs come in as Lewis and Dazell cross the plate. Nevada takes the lead.
How about Nevada fighting to stay in this game? Not a bad pitch from Maka. Did her job, kept the ball in the infield, just couldn't finish the play.
Maka doing her job, as did Grace Phillips. Put the ball in play. And the first pitch ball to Kalia Lobis. Lobis has been on twice today. Scored in the top of the first inning. High but foul into the stands. So it's officially into the books for Phillips as an E6. Nevada has now scored 2 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth to take a 1-run lead over Hawaii. 1-1. High down the right field line, just catching the fencing. 1-2.
Lobis has hit both of her hits to the left side of the field, and in this situation, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Hawaii has the opportunity possibly to get the easy out force at third.
Lobis's dad played in San Jose in a regional in 1977. Tags that out to deep center field. Kadana can't haul it in. Runners were on the move. Capel will score. It's a 2-run lead now for Summerlin South.
A lot to be happy
cooking
about
out there on second base.
She's making something. I wonder if it's mac and cheese.
It's got to be bussin' mac and cheese. If it's going to be mac and cheese. And Hawaii again drawing in the infield. Giving support to Tanaka, who came on trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam. A pair of errors have extended the inning, allowed Nevada to take an 8-6 lead here in the fifth. They've scored 3 runs in the fourth and in this inning. As it continues, Capetta coming to the plate with 2 away. Capetta loves playing Little League. She and her best friend have been playing together since they were 6. And when you're playing with your friends, you dream of nothing but playing at the highest levels, going to the Little League World Series, experiencing that with your besties. High fly ball out to left field. Ranging back is Morimoto making the catch. Another good defensive play, but Nevada plates 3 in the top of the fifth. They lead it 8-6 as Hawaii comes to bat. Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Nevada taking the lead in the top of the 5th inning. They lead it 8-6, trying to keep their season alive. And moving on for a date with Southern California, who run-rolled Utah this morning. Winner of this game moves on. The loser is eliminated. First pitch swinging, and Morimoto dumps it into shallow left field for the leadoff single. It's the top of the order. Due up for Hawaii, Morimoto, Takamura, Pang, Polone Rumenter in the 4th spot. And if you're Hawaii, you give up runs at the top of the inning exactly the way you want to start it off. Very similar to what they did in the first.
Well, and Morimoto is coming off an excellent play to end the last inning. And she's also the table setter. She's doing her job.
I feel like we're a broken record. We've said that about Hawaii several times throughout the course of this game, but it's been true for them. In off of the hands, that ball high and tight. Yep, we're going to have a call here as there was a collision between Lobis and Morimoto. They're going to say the interference on Morimoto. She is out at first, or out at second rather.
So the runner has the right to the base path, but she has to stay in the base path, and it looks like she may have run out.
Let's take another look. Well, David Eldridge is talking to home plate umpire Parker Shibuya about the situation. We've seen at times, and we've talked about runners crossing in front of fielders, how it affects your ability to field balls and the concentration that you have to ignore the runner and take care of your job. That time, Lobis charging the play, that's what put her squarely in the path of Morimoto as she was running to second.
And I mean, the defensive player, if they are making motion to field the ball, then they have the right to do that. So the runner, looks like you're going to have a challenge here.
You can review runner or batter runner interference on batted balls, which was the situation. David Eldridge still out talking to the umpiring crew.
Yeah, that one's tough because, to me, there was a lot of time there. Well, I guess second baseman is coming up to make the play. The runner in that situation, you can't just run into the defender. You're going to have to make, stop, go around, something like that. But I think that's what the coach is arguing.
And that's what makes these interference calls so difficult, is because as a fielder, you have a right to make the play. As a base runner, you also have the right to move to your next base. And so it really comes down to who's making the play, where the positioning is when contact is made. And that's one of the reasons why you see interference. And again, we talked about obstruction at home and catcher's interference. That one may be the most hotly contested across all levels of the sport, as the umpiring crew getting together to talk about it.
And my hesitation is Lobis was kind of far back at second base, so the timing of her coming in to make the play, because the ball was well in front of the runner on the inner part of the infield.
Umpiring crew talking it out, making sure they get this call right. Again, a monumental moment here in this game, with Nevada leading 2-0. Hawaii essentially down to their last 6 outs. This is a long conversation, and you usually get the sense as a player that longer conversations indicate there is something to discuss.
Absolutely. I like seeing that. Call's going to stay.
So Hawaii had already had a successful challenge on the hit by pitch. That was Morimoto, but on this decision, Morimoto out for interfering with the runner.
It looks like they also called
the runner out at first, and so it's 2 outs. as Pang stands in, and what a turn of events for Hawaii. Pang pulls it towards the right side. That's going to get through. Bobbled by the right fielder. Pang turning for second. She will be held there. A 2-out single, an error allowing her to advance. As Pang keeps the inning alive.
I like that response by Pang. And if you're Hawaii, you're not looking back because you're thinking, what would that have done if the runners had been on base? But that's a great response. Picking her team up.
And we talked at the beginning of the broadcast about controlling the controllables. And that was a perfect example. You can't control what the umpires call, but Pang able to control her at bat. What does she do? She stands up, rips a single, and then takes the extra base on the error. And again, Nevada drawing in the infield, the calm down conversation. You can see the hands move from Erin Dalzell.
And it's, yes, it is about controlling controllables, and it's also about perception. So again, what I said in the open was you have your situation that you can think about, and you have your mindset that you can think about. So which are you going to put your focus on? If you put your focus on the situation, you can easily get yourself down. I don't know, this is too tough. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, but what if we lose? What if I mess up? But if you put it on your mindset of what it is that I can do to be successful in this situation, the situation's your playground.
Dalzell heads back to the dugout. He chews a single piece of gum throughout the entire game. Might be chomping a little bit extra. Pang breaks for third. She is in, no throw. Now 60 feet away. It'll be a big run for Hawaii. Ani Kalone-Rementor has reached and scored and reached on an error. Pulled. Dalzell. It rolls up the arm. Everybody's safe. Hawaii refusing to go quietly.
This is something we've been telling everybody about, is they are going to scrap. They're not going to quit.
Rementor on base for the third time today. Bella Kadama has singled. As Rementor takes the extra base, they will not give up on the base pass. They are going to apply pressure. And now, Kalone-Rementor, you have to imagine anything put in play, she is going to be looking to score. Count 2-0 to Kadama.
Hawaii's dialed the energy up. They could have easily sunk down, but they haven't. They've turned it up.
Kadama, one of 7 children. All of her siblings are brothers, ages 19 to 3.
All right.
Maybe a little bit of where that fight comes from.
Yeah.
The 2-1. Bounced in, on the move. Kalone-Rementor down to third. Dangerous throw by Vu. Tying run, standing on third base. Called strike.
Nice changeup by Lingenfelter.
What a moment to throw it in.
Yes, a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Full count, 2 out, runner on third in a 1-run game. The pitch stays up and out. Kadama earns the walk. So this inning continues for Hawaii here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
You know, for Nevada, you've got 2 outs. You just need 1 more. And so it's just a big focus here. What is important now? Right now, the importance is to get the out.
Emilia Tong 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Kadama on the move. You knew that was going to happen. No throw. And I think that's the right call for Nevada. The one thing you don't want to risk is a throw down to second base, potentially getting away, then at least 1 run comes in to score.
Agreed.
Tong takes a ball outside, 2-0. Tong tries to take a deep breath when things get tough. It scoots past Vu. Colonial Reventure is in. We are tied. 8-all.
That's what energy will do. That's what constant fight, pressure will do. Hawaii's not in it to lose. They are here to what if we win.
Kadama also moving up 60 feet to the go-ahead now. Standing on third. It's a 3-0 count. Put into play, right center field. It's going to get down. RBI single as Hawaii takes the lead. They respond with 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th.
I love this fight from Hawaii. We were told about it. We get to witness it 2 games. Look, she just stays back on that. Didn't do anything fancy. Put the ball in play. I think there was a misread out there on the defense.
Morgan steps on the bag. Hawaii scores 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. They retake the lead 9-8. Nevada coming to the plate. 3 outs remaining. Welcome back to San Bernardino and the West Region. Hawaii plating 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning to retake the lead 9-8. And now Nevada down to their final 3 outs, but they have scored 6 runs in their last 2 innings. Bella Vu 1 for 3, a pair of RBIs, and guess what? She is leading off the top of the 6th inning here. It'll be Vu, Morgan, Zoe Lewis, and Brooklyn Dawzell should anybody reach. Winner of this game advances to play Southern California tomorrow in an elimination game. The loser of this game is done. Vu, first pitch swinging, fouled back.
This is the first time that Vu has seen Maka, so it'll be a different look.
Maka Anna Tanaka coming in the top of the 5th inning. She is the ace for Hawaii as Vu takes a ball off the outside corner. Big moments here in Little League. Vu, high pop fly. It's playable to third. Colonial Reventure dropped it.
So when we think about fundamentals, anytime that we are catching a ball that is routine like that, we think we're camped up, we want to keep our feet still, get right up underneath that. And we want to use that other hand, our throwing hand, to kind of trap the ball into our glove instead of just one-handing it. That helps with the backspin.
Vu's older brother Alex played in a regional in 2023. Now Bella getting the opportunity here. Summerlin South won the West Region all the way back in 2021. looking for their first win in the West region since that tournament. Vu staying alive, fouled back into the screen. Meanwhile, Hawaii, they won the West region in 2019. It's been back-to-back years in this tournament for Honolulu, trying to stay alive. The pitch. Vu on the ground through the 5-6 hole. Leadoff batter is on for Nevada.
We've seen this from Nevada. They are no quit also. This is such a fun game to call and to watch, in my opinion, because it's back-to-back, toe-to-toe. Both teams fighting to stay in this game.
Neither team backing down here in this elimination game at Al Houghton Stadium. Maddie Morgan, the jokester, standing in. First pitch swinging off speed from Tanaka. You could see how far in front Morgan was.
That was a great pitch by Maka. Not only did she take some off of it, but she went right inside.
Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
And change for Maddie Morgan. This is the first time that she has faced Maka.
The pitch stays outside. 1-2. Morgan's favorite player, Nyjah Candide. Played in some big moments herself. Just low. Good eye by Morgan. Fell behind 0-2. Leadoff runner on in Bella Vu. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
There's Maka just finding the strike zone, staying within herself. She's not trying to overthrow it. She's not trying to do anything fancy. She's just doing her job by hitting her spots. And right at the hitters.
Right down the pipe. Put it past Maddie Morgan. One away. Zoe Lewis coming to bat. Lewis 1 for 3. A line out, a strikeout. Singled and scored in the 5th. Ball in the dirt. Vu on the move. Under the tag. Bang, bang play, but Vu just able to avoid the tag at second base. Straight stolen base for Vu.
And this was close. If the second baseman could have gotten in front of the bag, it just was, I think the tag was just too high, but that was on point. Good throw.
A gutsy move by Nevada as well. If Vu's thrown out. Called strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
But then we've talked about this, especially in the loser's bracket. Why not? I mean, go all out, right?
Nevada 3 of 12 with runners in scoring position today. Lewis dumps it into shallow center. Vu has to retreat. And unfortunately for Vu, she had to hold up to see whether or not Kadama was going to make that catch. Couldn't afford to be doubled off, and the ricochet came right back to her.
That was a good job by Kadama keeping that in front of her. That is one that if it had gotten underneath her glove,
that's rolling.
That's yeah, two scores easy.
Well, and you had mentioned earlier about Kadama knowing when to dive and knowing when to hold up and play that ball in front of her. That was another perfect example of understanding the situation. Vu on the move. In the 3rd. Out! She came off of the bag. Kalani Remenger. Heads up play coming back to tag Vu. Oh my goodness. What a moment. And you can see Dodzel immediately asking the third base umpire.
So throw down slides off the bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job by Kalani Remenger hanging with that play.
Yep.
And there's conversation with Dazelle, but in my opinion, that's a very clear tag out by Kalani Rementor.
I agree. Just because the base runner slid right past the bag, she was clear, free. The tag was applied.
Second out of the inning. Lewis does move to second, so Nevada still alive. They have the time run at second, 2 away. Dazell, it was a ball on the pitch, so ahead in the count, 1-0. Two and 0. Dazell struck out looking to end the first. Walked and scored in the fourth. Walked and scored in the fifth. 2-0 swinging. Hitters count, and that was a healthy cut.
You know, if you're Hawaii, especially Maka in the circle, stay within yourself. This is just another inning, pitch by pitch.
Dazell, they say she's always determined to win no matter what. Fouled it off there. 2-2 count. 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. And the tying run standing on second base.
I like the timeout by coach here. Got 2-2. She's down to her last strike. You can see she might see her shoulders down a little bit. Coach is trying to pump her up, encourage her. You can. You're Dazell. You said, why not us? Why not you? Why not you in this moment? What if you get the hit? What if you put the ball in play? That's the mentality.
And it's a father-daughter as well, not just manager to player, but a father-daughter. The 2-2. Put in play to third. Colone Rementor gloves it to first in time. Hawaii scores 3 in the 5th to come back and win 9-8. They eliminate Nevada. What a game it was. They will be moving on to play Southern California tomorrow.
Hats off to Nevada. They came back toe-to-toe with Hawaii. They fought. They hung in there. But how about Hawaii? They're going to need that grit to carry them forward to make it to the championship.
Both of these teams never say die attitude. They battled till the very end. It's Hawaii that ends up coming away with it 9-8. They will be moving on here in San Bernardino. For my partner Megan Bunning and our entire crew here in the West Regional, I am Dorian Kraft saying so long. Hawaii moving on. They take it 9-8 to eliminate Nevada.